Yeah, let's get a look at a dumpster fire in the NBA.
All right.
Why the heck not? The Pistons fell to the Bucks 108-105 in overtime. Detroit now 2-9 in its last 11 games. The Pistons' only win since March 14th against the lowly Suns and the lowly Nets. I'd say it's a dumpster fire.
Yeah,
What's
really
the
is.
cause of all this turmoil?
Reggie Jackson has gone down with injury. We know they count on him for a lot of their offense. They don't really play that well away from home. And then I think it just spiraled. Things just kind of came unhinged. And I think obviously you got to point to Stan Van Gundy a little bit when you're losing to teams that you shouldn't and playing down to competition. That comes to coaching. And I think Stan Van's a real good coach. I like him a lot. But he's not done a great job down the stretch. And when you have some key players like Reggie Jackson go down with injury, and you've got a lot of other feisty teams around you that have kind of started playing a lot better, they found themselves really falling so far. They were in the playoffs, and now they're really fighting for their lives to try to get into the playoffs. This was a bad loss tonight, a game that went to overtime and looked like they could squeeze one out. I looked up at this game. I believe it was 22-4. They were down. Then all of a sudden they were up in the third quarter. So what a great comeback from Detroit. That shows you a lot for how poor they've played lately. To come back and pull themselves up by their bootstraps and make this a game, they can get to overtime but still lose. It's just a microcosm for the last month and a half of this Detroit team. And obviously, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. They're in the thick of it still. But with teams like Chicago and Miami, Indiana all playing better, I just can't see a way that they make the playoffs. And a lot of it has to do with how poorly they played down the stretch here, just completely falling apart.